the Philippine to Piso coin from 1985, belongs to the Bagong Lipunan ABL series, which was issued during the presidency of Ferdinand Marcos. The ABL series started in 1975 as part of a political and economic reform program following the declaration of martial law in 1972. These coins were intended not only as currency but also as symbols of the new society vision that Marcos promoted. The ABL coins were distinctive because they bore the inscription Bagong Lipunan on the obverse side, meaning the new society in Filipino. This inscription reflected the government's attempt to emphasize modernization, discipline, and national identity. The 19852 Piso coin features a left-facing portrait of Andres Bonifacio, one of the key figures in the Philippine Revolution against Spain in 1896 and the founder of the Katipunan. Around the portrait is the inscription Republica.Philippines, the denomination to Piso, the year of minting 1985, the slogan Bagong Lipunante. Reverse displays the seal of the Central Bank of the Philippines, Banco Central Philippines, as used from 1978 to 1993, surrounded by decorative elements. The seal symbolizes economic stability, trade, and monetary policy during that era. Its large size and heavy weight gave it a distinctive feel compared to other coins in circulation. The 2 Piso denomination was relatively high value in 1985. During that period, 2 pesos could purchase small meals, multiple jeepney rides, or several goods at public markets. However, the Philippine economy was struggling with high inflation, foreign debt, and political unrest during the final years of the Marcos regime, which affected the real purchasing power of the coin. Political symbolism. As part of the Bagong Lipunan series, the coin was a constant reminder of Marcos's political branding and the era's propaganda. National identity, featuring Andres Bonifacio, placed emphasis on the revolutionary spirit and independence, appealing to patriotic sentiment. The 1985 issue was among the last in the ABL series. After the People Power Revolution of 1986 and the fall of Marcos, coins with the Bagong Lipunan inscription were gradually phased out in favor of new designs under President Corazon Aquino. The 1985 to Piso coin is popular among collectors of modern Philippine coins, especially those interested in the martial law era. Circulated examples are fairly common but can still fetch Philippine peso 50, Philippine peso 150 depending on condition. Uncirculated or mint condition pieces can be worth Philippine peso 300, Philippine peso 600 or more, particularly if kept in original mint packaging. Proof or specimen strikes, if available, are significantly more valuable. 25 Sentimo coin of 1995 belongs to the Flora and Fauna series, a coinage set that the Banco Central Philippines (BSP) introduced in 1983 to replace the older Bagong Lipunan ABL series. This series was notable because, for the first time in Philippine coinage, native plants and animals were prominently featured on circulating coins, symbolizing the country's biodiversity and natural heritage. The coin's obverse side features the portrait of Juan Luna, one of the Philippines' greatest 19th-century Filipino painters and national heroes. Luna is best remembered for his masterpiece Spoliarium, which won the gold medal at the 1884 Madrid Exposition. His inclusion on the coin represented Filipino artistic achievement and patriotism. The reverse side showcases the Pithecophagou Jeffrey, more famously known as the Philippine eagle or haribon, king of birds. This bird, found only in the Philippines, is one of the largest and rarest eagles in the world, symbolizing strength and the importance of environmental preservation. Metal composition and specifications. The 1995 25 Sentimo was minted from copper nickel, giving it a silver-like color with durability suited for daily transactions. The mid-1990s, the Philippines was experiencing economic growth under President Fidel V. Ramos, with improved infrastructure and trade liberalization. However, the 25 Sentimo coin's value in real purchasing power had already diminished compared to earlier decades, mainly due to inflation. While in the 1980s a 25 Sentimo coin could buy small candies or local jeepney fare increments, by 1995 it was mostly used for change in markets, small toll adjustments, or school canteen purchases. Transition and end of the series. The Flora and Fauna series remained in circulation until it was replaced by the BSP Coin series in 1995 to 1998. Interestingly, The 1995-25 Sentimo was among the last years this design was produced before the introduction of the new smaller brass-colored 25 Sentimo coin in 1995-1996. Collectability and value today. The 1995-25 Sentimo coin is common in mintage numbers, but it has sentimental and historical value for collectors who specialize in complete Philippine coin series. Uncirculated or mint-condition pieces can fetch higher prices among numismatists, especially if they are part of a complete flora and fauna set. Coins with minting errors such as misaligned strikes, off-center designs, or double dies can be significantly more valuable. The coin is more than just a monetary piece, it's a reminder. The Philippines' rich artistic history, Juan Luna, the need for wildlife conservation, Philippine eagle, the evolving story of the country's economy and coinage, transition through American colonial coinage, the Japanese occupation issues during World War II, and the post-independence coin series, the mid-1990s, the Banco Central ng Pilipinas (BSP) sought to modernize coin designs for both aesthetic appeal and practicality. In 1995, the BSP series was launched, and the 1 Piso coin was heroes on coins, reinforced patriotism, and unify designs under the central bank's new seal. 2010 version of the 1 Piso coin followed the standard BSP series template introduced in 2003, which featured a sharper, cleaner engraving of Rizal's portrait and a refined BSP seal. This version was minted during a period when coins were being mass-produced to meet high demand due to a growing population and cash-driven economy. Jose Acute Rizal, 1861 to 1896, was chosen for the 1 Piso coin not just for his role as a national hero, but also because he symbolizes intellect, reform, and the peaceful pursuit of independence. Rizal's inclusion on the most common Philippine coin ensures that every citizen, from the countryside to the cities, regularly sees his image, reinforcing his enduring legacy. 2010 coin was made of nickel-plated steel, replacing the pure copper-nickel alloys of earlier decades. This change reduced production costs, while ensuring that the coin could withstand years of handling without corroding. The choice of nickel-plated steel also gave the coin a bright silver color, making it visually distinct from lower denominations. The obverse carries the inscription, Republica ng Pilipinas above Rizal's portrait, affirming national sovereignty. Below the portrait, his name Jose Rizal is inscribed, making the coin a constant educational reminder of who he was. The year 2010 at the bottom indicates the minting date, important for collectors tracking year-specific designs. The reverse design features the BSP seal, adopted in the large 1 Piso denomination is centered prominently for instant recognition, crucial for quick transactions in busy markets and public transport. 2010, inflation was relatively low, and the 1 Piso coin still had notable purchasing power. It could buy individual candies, small 16 holds, a special place in the nation's numismatic history because it marked the start of a new coinage series known as the New Generation Currency and NGC coin series. This change was part of the Banco Central ng Pilipinas (BSP's) modernization program to make coins more secure, durable, and reflective of the country's heritage. Before 2016, the 5 Piso coin had been part of the new BSP coin series introduced in 1995, which featured smaller designs and a different metallic composition. The 2016 release represented a complete redesign, both in terms of physical appearance, counterfeiting concerns due to outdated designs, wear and tear. Older coins had lost detail over time, confusion in daily transactions, particularly between the 5 Piso coin and smaller denominations, due to similar size and color. To address these issues, the BSP began a multi-year project to replace old coins with the NGC coin series, starting with the 5 Piso in 2016. This was the first coin of the series to be released, making it historically significant. The 2165 Piso coin broke tradition by honoring Andres Bonifacio for the first time on a Philippine coin of this denomination. Bonifacio, born on November 30, 1863, was a revolutionary leader and the founder of the Katipunan, a secret revolutionary society that sought independence from Spanish colonial rule. Bonifacio's inclusion was symbolically important because the older coin series featured Emilio Aguinaldo on the 5 Piso denomination. The change represented recognition of Bonifacio's grassroots leadership and his role in igniting the Philippine Revolution of 1896. Portrait of Andres Bonifacio in traditional attire holding a bolo, a symbol of the revolution. The new BSP logo, updated in 2010, symbolizing the modernized central bank. Value of the coin 5 Piso prominently displayed. Background pattern inspired by traditional Filipino textiles. The nickel-plated steel composition not only increased durability but also made it distinct from smaller coins in both color and weight. The 20165 Piso coin was officially released December 1, 2016, a date chosen to coincide with Bonifacio Day, the national holiday honoring Andres Bonifacio. This symbolic release date reinforced the connection between the coin and the revolutionary hero. When introduced, the 2016 coin received mixed reactions. Positive responses came from historians and educators, who appreciated the inclusion of Bonifacio and the more secure design. Criticism came from the public, as the coin size and color were close to the 1 Piso coin, causing confusion in daily transactions. Due to the confusion with the 1 Piso coin, the BSP redesigned the 5 Piso again in 2017, introducing an 11-sided, non-circular shape with a different color tone. This made the 2016 round version. The 2013 Philippine 10 Sentimo coin belongs to the new generation currency NGC coin series issued by the Banco Central ng Pilipinas BSP. This series was officially released into circulation in March 2018, but the coins were dated 2013 because production began earlier as part of the preparation for the new designs. The NGC coins replaced the older BSP coin series, issued from 1995 to 2017, and were intended to modernize the currency, enhance security features, and honor national heritage. Main feature: stylized image of the Kappa plant Medinilla magnifica, a flowering plant native to the Philippines. Republica ng Pilipinas, Republic of the Philippines, appears along the upper edge. 2013 is placed at the lower portion of the coin. The Kappa plant is known for its large, colorful bracts and symbolizes natural beauty and biodiversity. The 10 denomination with the words Sentimo below it. The new BSP logo, updated in 2010, featuring a modernized design with 3 stars and a stylized Philippine eagle, minimalist style, focusing on clarity and ease of recognition. The 10 Sentimo coin is the smallest denomination in the Philippine monetary system. By 2018, due to inflation, its purchasing power was minimal, mainly used for exact change in public transportation fares, market goods, and small transactions. Filipinos considered it less valuable and sometimes overlooked it in daily exchanges, but it still played a role in legal tender. Before 2013, the BSP coin series 1995 design featured General Antonio Luna on the 10 Sentimo coin made of brass-bladed steel. The 2013 NGC coin removed historical figures and instead showcased native flora, promoting environmental awareness. This change also helped reduce coin production costs and improve durability. Circulated condition: face value Philippine peso 0.10. Fun circulated condition slightly more for collectors. -1 Philippine peso 5 Philippine peso 15 depending on rarity in pristine form. Proof or mint sets, higher value, especially as part of the complete 2013 dated NGC set. Key interest point: since these coins bear the date 2013, but were officially released later, they hold minor numismatic curiosity. Even though this coin is worth very little in actual spending, complete sets of NGC coins are increasingly collected because future generations may never see such small denominations in circulation due to inflation. 1970s, just before the coinage underwent design changes under the Marcos administration. The 10 Sentimo denomination was meant for small value transactions, equivalent to 1/10 of a Philippine peso. In the late 1960s, the 10 Sentimo could still buy a small candy, a stick of gum, or help in exact fare payments for jeepneys and buses. It was part of everyday commerce, especially in provincial markets. The choice of cupronickel made the coin durable against corrosion while giving it a silvery appearance that contrasted with the lower brass denominations. In 1968, the Philippines was under the presidency of Ferdinand Marcos, who had taken office in 1965. This period was marked by infrastructure development, economic growth in some sectors, and early signs of political tension that would later lead to the declaration of martial law in 1972. The 10 Sentimo coin honored national heroes. Francisco Balagtas was chosen for his cultural importance, symbolizing Filipino literature and national pride. During this time, inflation was mild compared to later decades, and coins like the 10 Sentimo still held practical purchasing power. However, By the late 1970s, rising prices reduced its everyday use, leading to its gradual withdrawal from circulation. For collectors, the 196810 Sentimo is part of a historic series and is valued more for its age and historical relevance than for its face value and proof-like condition, or have minting errors such as off-center strikes or die cracks. The 1968 10 Sentimo is a reminder of an era when small coins played an important role in the Philippine economy. It is also a tangible tribute to Francisco Balagtas, keeping his legacy alive in the pockets of millions of Filipinos during the late 1960s and 1970s. Today, it serves as both a historical artifact and a collectible item that tells a story of the nation's currency evolution. The 196810 Sentimo belongs to the second series of Philippine coinage. Introduced in 1967, this series was created after the Philippine government decided to modernize coin designs, replacing the post-war first series issued from 1958-1966. The aim was to highlight Filipino national heroes instead of generic images or colonial-inspired designs. Francisco Baltasar, more famously known as Francisco Balagtas, 1788-1862, was the chosen figure for the 10 Sentimo. He is considered the prince of Tagalog poets, and his most famous work, Flora at Laura, became a symbol of Filipino literary excellence. Including him on the coin was a cultural statement, a reminder of the Philippines' literary roots and intellectual heritage. When the 10 Sentimo was minted in 1968, President Ferdinand Marcos was in his first term. The country was undergoing rapid infrastructure growth. Roads, bridges, and public buildings were being constructed. However, beneath this image of progress, political rivalries were growing, and events such as the Jabata Massacre March 1968 stirred controversy. Back in 1968, the Philippine peso had far more purchasing power than today. The 10 Sentimo could buy 2 pieces of candy or bread rolls at 2 jeepney fare. Minimum fare was only a few centavos. Pay for small items in sari-sari stores. Children often collected these coins, not for numismatics, but to trade for snacks at school. The coin was made from cupronickel, a copper-nickel alloy, to give it durability and a silver-like sheen. This was important because the Philippines' tropical climate is humid and corrosive to metals. The minting process aimed to produce millions of identical coins for everyday use. The engraving style was crisp but simple, making the denomination easy to identify even for people with poor eyesight. The Philippines had been independent for over 20 years by 1968. Its coinage still followed many U.S. minting techniques due to historical ties. The Manila Mint, which had been a branch of the U.S. Mint before World War II, influenced the production style of these coins, ensuring they were mechanically struck with precise details. The 1968 10 Sentimo circulated heavily until the late 1970s. By the early 1980s, inflation drastically reduced its buying power. By then, it became common to see these coins lying unused in drawers and piggy banks. Eventually, they were demonetized as newer coin series replaced them. Circulated coins, often found with scratches and wear, valued at only a few pesos. Uncirculated coins can be worth significantly more to collectors, especially if well preserved. Error coins, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or double-struck coins can command high premiums among error coin collectors. The coin is a tiny time capsule of the late 1960s Philippine coin. Holds a face value of Philippine peso 0.25 and serves as one of the smallest denominations in Philippine coinage, making it a staple in small transactions such as public transportation fares, market purchases, and vending machine payments. The obverse side of the 2013 25 Sentimo coin prominently displays the stylized Philippine flag's sun rays, a modern design choice that symbolizes freedom, progress, and the bright future of the nation. Above or around it, you'll find the inscription, Republica ng Pilipinas and the year of minting 2013. This minimalistic yet symbolic design replaced the older BSP coin series imagery, which featured national heroes like Juan Luna on the older 25 Sentimo coins. The reverse features the BSP logo, redesigned in 2010, to represent the bank's role in maintaining monetary stability and economic growth. The logo includes a stylized Philippine eagle, a gear, and a bank symbol. Banco Central ng Pilipinas encircles the logo. Composition and size. The 2013 coin is nickel-plated steel, giving it a silver-like appearance. Unlike the yellow brass finish of the old series, it is small, lightweight, and resistant to corrosion, making it practical for circulation in the humid, tropical climate of the Philippines. The shift to the NGC coin series in 2011 marked the first major coin redesign since 1995. The changes aimed to prevent counterfeiting by using modern minting technology and distinct designs. Unify coin appearance. Coins from 1 Sentimo to 10 Piso were given a more modern, cohesive look. Reduce production costs. Nickel-plated steel was cheaper and more durable than earlier alloys. Modernize national symbols. Instead of depicting historical figures, the new designs highlight national emblems and the BSP logo. The year 2013 is important because it was among the first few years after the NGC series launch, meaning coins from this year are relatively early issues in the series, while common sought after by collectors, especially when stored without scratches or tarnish. The 2013-5 Sentimo coin was widely released into circulation and remains legal tender today. However, uncirculated mint condition coins from 2013 can fetch higher prices among collectors due to their pristine state. Proof sets from the BSP, which sometimes include the 25 Sentimo, are also collectible. Over time, this coin will gain more historical significance, especially when the NGC series is eventually replaced in the future. Though small in value, the 25 Sentimo coin 2015 Philippine 25 Sentimo coin belongs to the new generation currency NGC coin series, introduced by the Banco Central ng Pilipinas, BSP in 2015. This series replaced the older BSP coin series that had been in circulation since 1995. The redesign was part of the BSP's initiative to modernize Philippine coinage, improve security features, and make coins more resistant to counterfeiting and wear. The NGC coins were also lighter, thinner, and had new designs that emphasized national symbols rather than portraits of historical figures, marking a significant design shift in Philippine numismatics. Above the value, the Philippine Mint logo of the BSP. Design theme clean and minimalistic with a modern typeface for clarity. Main image Kappa. Medanilla magnifica, a native Philippine flowering plant known for its large, bright pink bracts. It symbolizes the country's rich biodiversity. Legend Republica ng Pilipinas encircles the upper portion. Reason for choice: the BSP chose indigenous plants for the smaller denomination coins to promote awareness of Philippine flora. The use of nickel-plated steel reduced production costs while increasing durability compared to older brass coins. When first released in March 2015, the new 25 Sentimo coin circulated alongside the older BSP coin series coins. The BSP allowed both series to be used in transactions until the demonetization of the old series in January 1, 2018, after which only the NGC coins remained legal tender. The coin is used for small-value transactions such as public transportation fares, small candies, and goods in sari-sari stores. However, due to inflation, the coin's purchasing power is limited, and many Filipinos tend to give them as change or accumulate them in jars rather than spend them frequently. Regular circulation value: Philippine peso 0.25 Philippine peso. Collector interest: because it's a relatively modern issue, its value to collectors is still close to face value unless in uncirculated or proof condition. Potential future rarity: coins in mint condition from the first year of issue, 2015, may hold more interest decades later, especially if the BSP redesigns coins again. The Kappa plant design reflects the Philippines' commitment to showcasing native species and promoting environmental awareness. In the context of the BSP's NGC series, the 25 Sentimo coin is part of a broader theme: low denominations plants, mid denominations animals, high denominations historical symbols and national heroes. This coin is a small but symbolic representation of the Philippines' identity, merging modern minting technology with cultural heritage.